Hello, good afternoon, good morning. It depends from wherever you're watching this show. Your cook Maria too. Today I'll be cooking okra. You know, okra is really important for the digestion. It's also important food for the skin, and okra also strengthens your bones. A great source of calcium and vitamin K you have in okra. So if you're not eating okra, I would advise you at least to be eating it once a week. It's really, really important. Now, as I said, these are the ingredients I'll be using. That's the okra and some smoked chicken, then with some mackerel. What I do with the mackerel, I bought the fresh mackerel from the fishmongers. Then I smoke it in my oven for a few minutes until when it was ready, then I peel it. And I'll be using red palm oil, which is really also important for you, as long as you don't put too much of palm oil. These are some of the ingredients, the vegetables I'll be using. And also very important, this is the Himalayan salt, which is really, really good for you. First, I'll put some palm oil in the pan. You don't want the palm oil to burn, but you just put it in the pan, and you don't want too much of palm oil in. I put the palm oil, and now I'm putting the vegetables that I've chopped, the onions and some bell pepper that I've chopped. Put it in the pan and give it a stir. You just reduce the heat because you don't want it to burn. I'll just give it a stir a little bit, and then I'll cover it for a few minutes to cook before adding the other ingredients. The vegetables steam for a few minutes. Because it's an okra stew, I don't want the vegetable to cook soft. So now, this one is a smoked chicken. It's already steamed. So I'm going to pour it into the pot. Now I'll add the chicken, the smoked chicken in. I'll give it a stir. And then I'll cover it for a few minutes. As you see, it's dry in, so I'll leave it in for it to steam a bit with the other vegetables. Now I'm going to add some water into the pot, you know, because the chicken and the onions and bell pepper are in, so I will add some water. You don't want too much of water, you want a little bit of water in. And now I've added some water in. I'll now add the smoked fish, I call it. This is the mackerel fish, bought from fishmonger, who put it in the oven to smoke. And now I'm going to use this fish. I'll pour the fish in the pot. What I use here, I don't want too much of protein, you know, so I've just added some chicken and some fish. I'll cover it and leave it for a few minutes to boil. And now, just to check and see, the chicken, palm oil, a lot of fish, everything cooked well. Now, see the consistency, which I'm happy with. I'm going to add now the okra, because I add the okra last. This is the okra I'll be adding in this pot, which is already chopped. At this time, I'll not cover it because it's okra, you know. I'll not cover it. I'll just leave it to steam until it's ready. When it's ready, then I will remove it. I'll leave the okra to steam now. As you see, the end product. As I said, I did not cover it. When cooking okra, you don't cover the pot, so I didn't cover the okra. And now that's the end product of the okra. You see the consistency. You can eat it with rice or fufu. That's it. That's the end okra product. Okay. So that's the end product of the okra stew. Wow, that's the beautiful end product of okra stew. Well, a little bit here to try this beautiful okra stew. Thanks for watching.